I'm not going to waste your time any more than I have to. So you might be thinking like, why should you even listen to this shirtless man on the internet? Well, my legs used to look like this and now they look like this. So I might, maybe I have some idea what I'm fucking talking about. So pay attention, keep eye contact if you can. I know I'm going to be moving around the screen a lot, but try to keep eye contact as much as you can. Maybe you'll learn something today. Get some fucking massive tree trunks at the bottom of your legs so you don't look like a skinny prick anymore. So I'm going to get into this real quickly. I'm not going to waste your time unless I have to, like right now. I'm going to tell you that my name's Vanch. That's if you're new and you don't know me already. My name's Vanch. I basically just upload self-improvement videos to help you change your life and improve, essentially. So click on the subscribe, post notifications. You'll see more videos like this, and I know you enjoy them, and you'll see other people upload similar videos, so you'll be in like a positive feedback loop and you'll like improve yourself amazingly. That didn't make sense grammatically, but we'll move on. First thing, and this is how I would train my legs, and I think it can genuinely help you because when other people train their legs like this, from how I've told them, they've seen growth. So I want you to try it and see how it goes. So the first thing is volume and the gap that you take, the rest gaps that you take between sets. So when it comes to singular movements like leg extensions or hamstring curls, and if you're new to the gym, I'll basically explain what they are. So your leg extensions are basically where you have your legs in this kind of position, say these are your legs, and you lift your legs up like that, and there's a weight there, and it will be on top when you're lifting your legs up. The reason it hurts so much to do this exercise is because your legs are put in load in an unnatural position, and when that happens, then you're obviously stimulating all the muscles in that area, and it's going to hurt. There's going to be a lot of pain involved in leg days, right? Compared to any other day, as much as there's pain in the muscle, leg days is where you're going to feel the most pain, and that's when you require the most mental toughness. Now I'll go into that later in the video, but right now it's about volume and the gap that you take in between your sets. Now on leg extensions, hamstring curls, calf raises, or any isolation exercises, I like to take them to 20 to 30 rep sets. So the way that I structure my leg extension sets, it will be 3 sets. 2 sets will be 20 reps, and I'll try to keep like 2-3 reps in reserve. If not, I'll just go to failure. So that's like how I like to do my first 2 sets. But when I get to my 3rd set, it's a drop set, and I'll explain what a drop set is. So you have your top weight that you do, the heaviest weight that you do for your set. So essentially when you're working out, right, you want to warm up with a couple weights, do a couple reps to warm the legs up, and then you'll get to a top weight. And for those 2 sets at first, you will do those 2 sets at that top weight, which you can do 20 or so reps for. Now, when you go into drop set, you might go 1 weight above that, and then do that until failure. And then after you can't do any more reps, you'll drop the weight 2 weights below, and then do that weight until failure. And then you drop it 2 weights below, do that until failure, drop it 2 weights below, do that until failure. And it sounds like pain and hell, and it is. There was this one time where after I'd come back from Africa for our expedition, I had also gone to Greece as a family holiday with my parents. And we came back, and it was my first gym session back in about 3 or 4 weeks. It was a long time. And it was a leg day. It was the first day. I literally arrived in the UK at 3 in the morning, and I got home at like 4 or 5, slept about 3 hours, and then went to the gym with my friends to train legs. On that day, I did on high bar squats, and I'll get onto like compound and stuff later. I did my heavy sets, like I maxed out. I think I got a 150 squat, and then I did 60 kilos on high bar squat. I did 20 to 30 rep sets, 2 20 to 30 rep set with that. And then I did lunges to failure, like weights, drop sets, all of that. Then I went upstairs and leg extensions, right? This was the point I was getting at. I did a 526 rep set on leg extensions. I was exhausted. It was over for me. Like I was dead. And the thing is, right, so my friends actually thought I was done some of the time. I would be off the fucking machine, and then I would stand up and get back on and do more reps. And yeah, there was no point to it. There was no muscle gain, no necessary. It was more for mental gain. But back to that was essentially explaining what the drop set was, which is like I didn't do 526 reps of one weight. I was obviously going down and doing like 100 reps each weight or whatever, and then taking like very little rest in between. So after the volume part, right, we want to go on to the gap that you take between sets. I like to move really fast between my sets, because if I don't, then I'm losing a stimulus. You can say I'm losing the pump or losing the blood flow to those muscles. So I like to move really fast. So the rest I'll take between sets will be like 2.5 minutes max. And sometimes even if I'm in a rush, it'll be 1 minute, which is pain. It's hell. But you have to do it. If you work quickly with high rep ranges, then you're going to be activating a different muscle fiber, which some people can help their legs grow a lot. It's helped my legs grow significantly. It can also help other people's legs grow in different ways if you go really heavy. But it really depends on you as a person. But this is something for you to try so that you can find out if this high rep range works for you, as it did work for me. So that's that. That's volume and gap between sets. Next, we're going to go on to mindset. This is the important part. This is the part where a lot of people will fail and a lot of people won't grow their legs because they're unable to adopt this mindset when it comes to training legs. You're going to feel pain. But people relate the pain as to, oh, I should stop. Because that's what your body's going to want to do. Your body's going to feel pain and it's going to think, oh, we should stop doing this because it's painful. That's the survival instinct. But you don't want to do that. When you feel pain in your legs on leg extensions, especially when you're going up like this on leg extensions, you're going to have to push past it. Your body is capable to push past those pain barriers way more than you think. Everyone thinks that failure is way further back than it actually is. So people who think failure is here, most of the time their failure is about here. You could go another 8 reps in. And it's more about your mentality and your mindset towards it, especially when training legs. So when you have those reps and it's burning, it's really burning. The only way that you're going to see growth is when you push past that pain. You push past that mental barrier and you forget that pain even exists. A lot of the time when I'm on the machine, I'll say to myself like, the pain's not real, the pain's not real, the pain's not real. I'll reinforce to myself that the pain in my legs isn't real as much as it is very much real and it feels like fucking fire ants on my leg. I have to convince myself it's not real. And yeah, I think I might be psychotic in some way, some like devil's Satanist where I'm just bringing down hell onto you guys. Like, do this, and you're gonna take it to hell. It's good for you. Pain, pain, pain. But no, that's not what I'm saying. This is genuinely how my legs have grown, and I'm hoping that other people can grow their legs so they don't look like fucking Sesame Street characters. Look, walking around, bro, like shaped like the fucking letter T, fucking testosterone. Now, what's the letter of today? T? Testosterone, but you don't come around with your fucking, you have no big legs, you just have the upper body. bro's gonna be looking like characters from fucking Elmo Street, walking around like one fat fucking upper body but no legs. I can imagine that, bro. What the fuck? Literally the shape like the letter T. Alright, moving on. I also do have like a little extra tip for the hamstring curls and leg extensions. You don't want to just be throwing the reps. So you have to think about the movement itself. So for leg extensions, when you tense your quad without any weight on it, feel the quad muscle. That's the exact movement that you want to be doing when you're doing leg extensions but with weight on top. You don't want to be thinking that you're pulling up from your ankle. You want to think of that you're literally just trying to tense the quad muscle. You're focusing on the quad muscle. That's what's going to get the real pain. And you need to pause, control down. You're already trying to control that weight. That's what's going to really tear the muscle. Same thing for hamstring curls. But with hamstring curls, I have a little like sneak tip for you. A little trick. I want you to treat it like a bicep curl. I know you train upper body, so you know what I mean. With the hamstrings, they're very similar tendons to the biceps. So when you go backwards and then you pull up, it's essentially like the bicep curl. But then you slowly control it down, really holding that muscle tension and then going back up. And you want to continue to do that until failure for your hamstrings. Right? So hopefully that tip's helpful to you. So apply it next time you have your leg day or whatever. Which you have like... I know, I'd be hearing a lot of guys just having leg days once every 4 weeks, and they act like that it's normal. Like, okay, look, I'll admit, right, I didn't used to train legs that consistently at all. Barely ever consistently trained legs. But it's when I started training them because I saw an influencer who I really like, who had massive legs, and I was like, I need to have massive legs, or I look like a skinny prick. And my friends were making fun of me for having small legs, so I had to train legs, and now I have massive legs. So you're in one of the extremes. You can't have small legs. You can either have some really small legs or really big legs. You choose. But yeah, I don't understand how people can only do leg day once every 4 weeks. I have 2 leg days a week. Do that. I'm telling you, do 2 leg days a week. I guarantee you, your legs are just gonna grow. Just do it more. Do more legs. Alright, the next point is to not forget your compounds. So your squats, or even sumo deadlifts. I sumo deadlift a lot, and the way I sumo deadlift, because of my mobility, which I'll go into actually, as a bonus point, I'll go into stretching. Because of my mobility, I'm able to have that wide stance and that really close to the bar stance, which means I've really trained my adductors. That's also another thing. I just didn't mention it earlier. Don't forget your adductors, man. Honestly, a lot of people forget. It's the sus machine, I know. It's this shit. It's gay as fuck. But you have to do it if you want that mass in your legs. I preach this to everyone. You want the mass in your legs, or do your adductors. That's what's really gonna give it that fucking chunky look. But you want the mass in your legs, train your adductors. So after that, back to compounds. Don't forget your squats. Genuinely, don't forget your squats. Whether it be high bar or low bar, you have to squat in some way. Don't go to leg press. Don't go to the other exercises. Do your squats. And if you can't squat to depth now, it's okay. The more you squat, the better you'll get at it. Yeah, the better you'll get at it. So if you're doing high bar, that's going to focus more on your quads and your hamstrings and all the good stuff in your legs. And if you do low bar, that's basically when you put it lower on your back. So high bar is when you put it on your traps, essentially here. And low bar is when you put it on your rear delts, the bar. That's what we're talking about. And low bar is essentially for powerlifters who want to lift more weight, but they don't care that much about the muscle stimulus. Even though there is a lot, it's not focused on quads, it's focused on other muscles. So you get your glutes involved, more hamstrings, more lower back, more quads. You'll get all of these muscles involved. But with high bar, you're only specifically focusing on the quads, the adductors and hamstrings, which is more for hypertrophy muscle growth. That's what you're looking for. So don't forget your high bar squats. And this does bleed into my next point, which is about stretching. And I know a lot of people are going to say, fuck, stretching's gay, man. Oh, Vanja, why are you stretching? Oh, that's so fucking gay. It's not gay. It's genuinely about your longevity as well in the gym. If you're immobile and you can't stretch, you're not flexible, how do you think you're going to stay consistently training the gym? I preached warm-ups for years to my friends about, oh, you should warm up before you do this or do this. But everyone just walk in and just start training. Like, no wonder you're going to get injured. You need to warm up before you start training. So that even comes into stretching, where I will stretch before I do a leg day, or before I do a deadlift day, or before I do a bench day. And the bench day I'll be stretching my back, but even on a bench day I'll be stretching my lower body. And mobility in itself has a lot of factors contributed to it, so I won't go into too much detail now. But essentially, again, why should you listen to me about mobility? Because I can do the fucking splits. So there's no objection to that about why you should listen to me about it. And essentially, right, when you think about it, you're more mobile, you can hit more depth on squats. You can go all the way down on your squats and all the way back up. You have more muscle stimulus. So you want to focus on getting that mobility, on getting that stretching, so you're able to go deeper on your leg work, on your leg days, and get more muscle stimulus, and your legs will grow. You see, with regular high bar squats, if you only hit depth and go up, yes, you're getting a stimulus. But compared to you going all the way down, going arse to grass, and then going all the way back up, the stimulus on that will be insane. So you want to focus on getting your stretching right, getting your form right, and also just a bit fast-paced, high-rep sets. And those are the things that will genuinely help to grow your legs. And don't forget your mindset. Your mindset is the most important part, because if you are unable to push past the pain, unable to push past and have that mental discipline and attitude to push past the pain, then you won't see progress in your leg growth. You have to push past that pain. And that's all rounded essentially how you grow your legs. So these are some things for you to try. That's some practical advice for you, like littered, sprinkled around in this video. So grab them, write it down somewhere, say you're going to put into this next leg session, and then do it. And maybe comment down and tell me how it goes. So hopefully that's been helpful. Thank you for listening to me, man. I really appreciate you watching this video. I hoped I've helped you. So go get that shit. Love. Mwah.